G'day Earthlings, Dr. Rank here, and welcome to the first episode of the Finding Nemo One Life Challenge. Now, I am playing this game on PlayStation 2, as you can see by this controller. It is also available on Xbox and Nintendo GameCube. And there is also a Game Boy Advance version, but it works a little differently to this one. And if you remember from my last series where I did Crash Bandicoot 2, the goal of these One Life challenges is to get as far through the game as possible without dying once. Now, although what makes this game a bit more complicated is that it has 3 playable characters, so basically each character has 1 life in this one. Although, depending on when I die, some characters may die simultaneously. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Now, the PS2, Xbox and GameCube versions were developed by these guys, Traveller's Tales, who are also responsible for such games as Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. In fact, you'll probably notice a lot of visual and musical similarities between them. Well, the Game Boy Advance version was developed by Vicarious Visions, who was responsible for the Crash GBA trilogy, as well as the recent Insane trilogy. But enough about development. Let's get on with the actual gameplay. Now, this game will have spoilers for the Finding Nemo movie, although if you somehow have not seen the movie by now, you really need to get a childhood.
First day of school! Wake up! Come on, first day of school!
I don't want to go to school. 5 more minutes.
Not you, Dad, me!
Okay.
Get up! Time for school! Time for school! Whoa!
Yeah. I noticed that they skipped the part about Coral dying in this game. Although, kind of makes sense. I mean, there's only so much you can fit before you allow the player to, play.
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky feed?
Lucky! Watch me swim over to that coral!
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Now, you don't have to swim through all the bubble rings, but if you do, then you get a starfish.
Good job. Now we're ready to go to school. Follow me, and remember you can speed up by pressing the move button.
I will, Dad.
And keep trying to swim through all the rings.
Yeah, let's go!
Now, the move button basically lets you go from this speed in 3D sections to this speed. Now, the move button is the X button on PS2, and it's the A button on Xbox and GameCube. The reason they don't just call it by the button name is so that they don't have to use several different voice clips across different versions.
Hi, I'm Chad. I'm obnoxious. Hello, I'm Sheldon. I'm H2O. I'm tolerant. My name's Nemo. I'm going to school. So are we, but we can't find our friend Pearl. We think she got lost in the caves. I'll help you find her.
Don't even think about it. It's either school or back home for you.
Oh, come on. Can't a guy go on a simple fetch quest anymore? I mean, that's basically what every video game in history is.
Well, there's a big plant blocking our way. Looks like we'll have to go home.
Yeah, because you can't just swim around it. Or you're just being an overprotective dad. I mean, that is Marlon's character after all.
Oh, you made me ink! Sorry. Well, I'm Nemo. Tad and Sheldon said you got lost in here. Oh, we're gonna be late for school. Do you know the way out?
Yep, sure do. Just follow me. You know, if I were less mature, I'd say Pearl and Nemo sitting in a tree. Except they don't have trees underwater.
There's Nemo.
Pearl and Nemo sitting in a coral.
Found her. Hey,
but nothing rhymes with
Look
coral.
what I found in the cave. You can have it, Nemo. Thanks for saving me. See if you can carry it with your fin. All you gotta do is hold the action button. That's if the clams like these things.
So the action button is square in PS2, B in GameCube, and I want to say it's X in Xbox, but I can't say for sure.
Look, Dad, we can keep going.
What are you doing? You could have been hurt.
Dad, I'm fine. Let's go.
Now, the action button will only respond if there's a question mark there. So these pebbles have coloured platforms that you can match up to, and that gives you starfish if you match all three.
Whoa, those rocks almost fell on us and now we can't move them. Guess you'll never get to school, Nemo.
Let me do it, Nemo. Oh, gee, I can't move him. Oh, well, we'll have to go home now.
You didn't even try.
Maybe you could do it. Try pressing the action button to dart through them.
So the dart attack is what happens if you press square when there's no question
Are
mark.
you okay? How's your fin?
It's fine, Dad. Look, I can see school. Come on, Nemo. Race ya. Okay, let's go.
Now, these race sections, for this particular one, you don't have to win it to move on. But if you do win it, you get a starfish. Now, starfish are used, so if you get at least one starfish in the level, you unlock the bonus level, which has an extra starfish to earn. And
Whee! That was fun. Look over there. Baby clams. Let's go play with them.
Hey Nemo, I bet you didn't know that you can knock bubbles into other creatures and then dart into them like you did those rocks.
Really? Let me try it.
Clams are stupid.
Nemo, be careful of those clams.
so this is the only way to defeat enemies in this game. It only works on the snapping clams and hermit crab enemies.
Where were we supposed to go? Come on, we'll try over there.
So yeah, so as I was saying, getting at least one starfish opens up the bonus level, and if you get every single starfish in the level, including the bonus level, then you can unlock bonus concept art. Yeah. You may have noticed the moonfish patterns on these levels. So this one is a school bus because it's going to school, and this one is everyone's favorite, Mr. Ray. Let's name the zones, the zones, the zones. Let's name the zones of the open sea.
You better stay with me.
I apologize for my terrible singing there. I know it's an issue and it probably does not sound any better on camera. I apologize.
Before you go, Nemo, remember, anemones are our homes. If you're ever in danger, press and hold the action button to hide in one.
I will, Dad.
And one more thing, if you collect those krill, they'll protect you in case you run into anything dangerous.
Okay, Dad. Come on, I need to go find my class.
So the krill basically serve as extra health, and the anemones provide invincibility while Nemo is spinning. Now, if you take damage, you'll lose some of your krill, and if you have no krill to lose, then you basically die. And we don't want that. Now, defeating all the enemies will give you a starfish, and that's basically the only one we'll try for in this playthrough.
Nemo, isn't it? All new explorers must answer a science question. You live in what kind of home?
Anemone.
Okay, don't hurt yourself. We're on a field trip today, class, so follow me and I'll show you the wonders of the reef. Off we go. Keep close now, kids.
So, a lot of people get that word messed up, but the correct way to pronounce it is anemone. Oh yeah, and we got some extra rays to deal with as well. But fun fact, stingrays actually do bury themselves in the sand to protect themselves from predators.
Oh yeah, this is a blast. Come on, Nemo. Mr. Ray went this way.
Here's another potential starfish bonus, the bounce bonus. Now, in this level we're bouncing on sponge beds, but the object can be anything from exploding mines to turtles to jellyfish to the taste buds of a whale, for some reason. We're not going to try for that starfish though, because I want it to be semi-speed runny. And also, unlike Crash Bandicoot 2, clearing the game 100% has no impact on the story.
Let's go to the caves. It must be a shortcut. Come on.
By the way, you're probably wondering what the shells are for. Well, they actually have no purpose. I mean, seriously, what is the purpose of that score? Now, if you guys at home want to do this level for yourselves, to get the pebble bonus, you need to drop the pebbles into those currents, because you can't take them through the caves. So yeah,
we've lost Mr. Ray. We better catch up to him.
Yeah, I have no idea what the purpose of the shell score is, like, except as, like, extra collectibles, but they're more worthless than Mario's coins. Now, for this bit, Mr. Ray moves a lot faster, so you have to swim through these speed rings to keep up with him. If you miss one, you fall behind, and if you fall too far behind, that counts as a failure, which in this case will result in the end of the playthrough. And we don't want that, do we?
Here we are, kids, the drop-off! Now, feel free to explore, but remember to be careful and don't wander off.
I love how he says don't wander off and then, like, disappears, like he's not even supervising them. Very different from the full motion video clip that's about to play. I think we have time for one more level. One with the dentist's boat as the symbol. The drop-off.
Okay, the drop-off. Alright, kids, feel free to explore, but stay close. Struggling cyanobacteria, gather! Entire ecosystem contained in one infinitesimal speck. There are many protein pairs contained in this one bacteria, as well as branches in the entire ocean. Come on, sing with me. There! Porifera, Coletorata, Hydrozoa, Scastopoa, Anthozoa, Centiphora, Bryozoa 3.
Anyone have any idea what the heck he's singing about? Because I don't. I need subtitles just to keep up. So, here we are at the drop-off. The drop-off? Why don't we just fry them up now and serve them with chips? Ooh, hermit crabs. The only other enemy that we can defeat. So these things are bubble trails. They only form a regular bubble if you swim into them quickly enough and in the right order. Ooh. And there's a new enemy, the pufferfish. There's really no point in staying in the enemy any longer than just one tap. Here we are, at the edge of the reef.
Hey guys, wait up! Whoa. Cool. Hey, what's that?
I know what that is. Oh, Sandy Plankton saw one. He said it was called a butt.
Look at me. I'm gonna go touch the butt.
Like, whose idea was it to come up with that line? Seriously.
Nemo, how far can you go?
My dad says it's not safe.
You know you can't swim well.
My dad says it's not safe. Yeah. Then swims off as soon as he shows off. Right, got two new dangers here. Electric eels and currents. Now, the reason the currents are dangerous is because if you swim off screen in this section, that counts as you basically die. You get swept away by the current. So we just follow the anchor chain. Yeah. Fun fact, you can actually go out of the water's surface.
Nemo, stop it right now. Don't you dare. If you put one fin on that boat, are you listening to me? Nemo!
He touched the butt.
That's right. You just paddle your little tail right back here, Nemo. You are in big trouble.
Dentist! Run! Oh, swim, I guess. Swim!
Nemo!
Where's the bubble ring? That's the diver. Hurry!
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, if he grabs you, that's insta-kill, so don't let him grab you.
Don't get caught!
Working on it! Although, isn't that kind of how the story goes, Pearl? Oh, look at that! There's the ledge that we were on before, and yet we still get captured. Game logic, am I right? Alright, that seems like a good sort of cliffhanger to leave it at for today. So, for my question of the day, have you played any Pixar video games, not counting Disney Infinity playsets? And if so, what is your favourite? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, be sure to like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe so you don't miss any future installments. If you want to see my Crash Bandicoot 2 One Life Challenge, you can check that out in the top left corner, or you can click in the bottom left to check out my Super Smash Bros. Replay playlist. That's all I've got for you today, and I'll see you under the sea.